coming this is the boys, the varsity. Good evening, sports fans, and welcome to SportsBeat TV, brought to you by Oregon SportsBeat. I'm your host, Dave Hall. Tonight we're at Papa's Pizza in Beaverton, and we have a special announcement, a special segment tonight. We're fortunate to have with us tonight Zane Cook. He is the president of the United States of America Futsal Federation. Congratulations on that title.
Oh, thank you.
And the reason we have you on tonight is there's some important developments going on in futsal right now. You being the federation president, we have asked you to come here and update us on some things. The United States got into the World Cup now, and that's going on right now as we speak in Buenos Aires. Tell us a little bit about how the U.S. got into that World Cup action.
Sure. First, just a quick correction. They're actually in Corrientes, Argentina, which is a province of Misiones. Just for all of the people of Corrientes.
Okay.
But
I haven't been to Argentina.
Easy mistake. But so the nutshell version of how this all happened is we did a qualifying round recently in Mexico City. And we were runners up, and we had a disputed game with Canada. And
were you there at those games?
No, I was not at the qualifier, unfortunately. And I wish I was in Argentina right now, so I'm working on that still. But at any rate, we became runners up. We did not make it through the qualifying round, but we were runners up. And because Canada was not able to make the trip, they backed out about 2 days prior, so about literally 2.5 days ago.
How many teams worldwide are in the World Cup? Or how many teams are there worldwide, and how many made the Cup?
Well, how many teams I wouldn't know from shooting from the hip here, but there's 16 countries represented at the World Cup currently, and most of which all held qualifiers in their respective countries. Some who are far-flung didn't have a qualifier, but 16 countries are being represented there. Now, there's 65 countries in total that are involved with AMF. Not all are continuously active, but they are playing a role, yeah.
And so Canada couldn't play.
Right.
You get the call to come and play in the
for
World
North America.
Cup. You had a team who had played in the qualifier. Is that the same team that
Most of the same team.
And any of those players local from Portland?
Yes, there's actually a good chunk of those players are from Portland. JB or Joao Cunha.
We've had him on the show before.
Yeah.
He's playing on the U.S. team?
Yes, he is.
Wow.
Yeah. He's done a couple interviews with me here, not here, but with you guys before.
Right.
But he's been a staple for Portland City Futsal Club, and for helping to develop the game in North America, I would say.
Any other Portland players we might know?
Yes, for sure. Mr. Timon Emsch was able to make the call to play keeper. Alfredo Morales, Kenny Schlebach, and Diego Lopez are all from Portland City Futsal Club. They did come to combines over the last couple of years, so we grabbed from the pot of available players on 2 days' notice. Was pretty crazy.
Wow.
So it was really excellent. They were able to step that out. Yeah.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah, it was great.
Now, as I understand it, the U.S. was actually playing today. How'd that go?
We beat Nepal 2-1. A little closer than we thought it was going to be, but we took the win. We're happy about that. The guys were a little heavy on their feet, so we're very happy with that win.
That win put you in the quarterfinals?
No, that was the first match.
You were in a pool match.
Yeah, so we still have 2 more games to get out of the group. We've got Catalonia, Spain to go up against tomorrow.
Know anything about them? How?
Yes, they play like tanks. They're
Oh.
tactical, very tactical. They are very smart. They can be very tricky, and they are relentless. They never give up. They absolutely never give up. It's going to be a tough match for us tomorrow, no doubt.
The other team in your group is
France.
France. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm assuming they're probably pretty good.
France is pretty good. They have a pretty good organization. They've been a part of European futsal for a very long time, and they always produce high-level teams. So
This has to be a huge learning experience for your players, though.
absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
Now, the U.S. team, did they travel all over the world playing other teams? Or?
This particular team has traveled quite a bit throughout the nation and a bit in Canada and Mexico over the years. But this particular team, no, not around the world so much, but in North America, yes.
And so when is that next game?
Next game is tomorrow, and I should have the exact time, but it will be posted on the Facebook page.
So if we have people who want to get that information, how can they do that?
They should go to AMF USA Facebook page or USAFF. It's one and the same.
Okay. Now, that's not all I understand that's going on in the Futsal Federation. There's a tournament, the South American Club Championship.
Yes.
How is that?
Well, we had been given the invite for the club championships earlier this year. So that should be kicking off, let's see here, April 27th in Armenia, Colombia.
Oh,
And,
okay.
Yeah, and so we should be hosting a qualifier probably next week, and I think it's going to happen on the East Coast. And so it's club teams from the United States, and they will be, whoever wins those matches will go on to play. They call it the World Cup of Clubs. So this is National Teams World Cup that's happening right now. But in South America, the South American Club Championship is known as the World Cup of Clubs.
Are there teams from the West Coast who are participating in
Yes.
the club championship?
Yes.
Any from Portland?
Yes, Portland City Futsal Club will compete along with Phoenix Brazos, Oklahoma, Lawton. I'm forgetting the club team now, but they're coming out from Kansas. There's Kansas City Cyclones, and then there's Oklahoma FC.
Is this a tournament that goes on every year or once every couple of years? Or
Every 4 years they do the South American.
what about the World Cup? Is
championships.
that every 4 years?
Every 4 years, yeah.
Okay. Well, there are exciting things going on in futsal right now.
Yes.
And you're the president of the federation. I imagine you're pretty busy.
Yeah, very busy.
What does that job entail? What do you actually do as president of the USA Futsal Federation?
A lot of stuff. Mostly communicating, constant phone calls, emails, letters, and just dealing with the different state associations. And of course, nonstop trying to market and educate the masses on, especially North America, about what futsal is. And so that's a big part of it, the educational piece.
All right, we got about a minute left.
Yeah.
Anything finally you
Yeah,
want to
the
say?
final plug. I would like to make a statement here tonight. Earlier, we were in Colombia for the Category 20 men's. I made a public announcement to endorse Mr. Miguel Sanz, the Secretary General, will now be coming in to take my position as the president for the Federation. And I'll be taking a lateral movement to Secretary General, and I will remain the CEO of the Federation. But I will be we're actively looking for a new Secretary General to take Miguel's place, and we will be making some big changes in 2019.
Do you have corporate offices somewhere?
Just here in Portland. Yeah, between Florida and my office here in Portland and an office in Florida.
All right. Zane Cook, the president of the USA Futsal Federation, thanks for the information and good luck on the upcoming World Cup and the South American Club Championship. USA involved in both of those. USA team in the World Cup, clubs from the United States in the South American Club Championship. Good luck to those and good luck to your future in futsal.
All right.
All right, thanks,
sir.
Thanks for joining us here at Papa's Pizza. This has been a special edition of SportsBeat TV brought to you by Oregon SportsBeat. I'm your host, Dave Hall. Look forward to seeing you again. Good night, everybody.
Go! One,